Mubu Krump, also known as Crump, was a rapper from Chicago affiliated with King Louie's rap collective Mubu Gang. Mubu stands for Man Up Band Up, with King Louie himself saying, quote, "Be a man about every situation, and get your money." Known for his affiliation to the underrated rapper, Crump knew the right people. He had even been close to Black disciple rapper Lil Durk, being seen on stage with Durk, and also being seen in his music video titled, "This Ain't What You Want." The relationship was going well, until a rift between King Louie's and Durk's camp shattered the relationship completely. Over the years, Mubu Krump gained plenty of attention in the Chicago rap scene, with him only really beginning his own music career later on down the road. Upon releasing his own music, his gritty lyrics, status as a gangster disciple member from Dro City, and street connections, would enable him to garner even more popularity and attention. Crump was even dubbed the Chicago Scorekeeper, a name which still sticks to this day. The name refers to the deaths plaguing the city, the continuous cycle of killings that only stop when everyone is deceased. Keeping track of the scoreboard is morbid in and of itself, but Crump would take it to a whole new level. Despite having a potential music career, Crump was most known for dissing the opposition, not only in his songs, but mostly on other social media sites. His disrespectful ways were so extreme, that he would even go to the murder locations of deceased people, just to poke fun at the ops, or in another case, mock a rival who had been put in a wheelchair. As always, the internet was entertained by the lack of morality being shown. However, Crump's savage energy would only come back to bite him, as his list of enemies only increased with every diss. Crump would be gunned down outside of a party in 2018, himself becoming the target of ridicule and disrespectful music disses. But before any of that, let's go back to when everything went wrong. A chain snatching incident would cause trouble between three of Chicago's most popular rap crews. A scuffle during the Windy City Drift Tour concert would lead to long-lasting animosity between Chief Keef's Glory Boys Entertainment Camp, Lil Durk's OTF group, and King Louie's Man Up Band Up crew. A fight had erupted during Lil Durk's This Ain't What You Want performance. GBE Ballout's Jesus chain would be taken by a Davenport, Iowa native, with the chain originally belonging to Atlanta rapper Soulja Boy. It was then posted to Facebook. King Louie would then respond to the chain snatching, calling GBE Ballout a fake thug. A Davenport photographer would give his perspective of the chain incident, posting to his Facebook page. He would suggest that Chief Keef's camp, alongside Durk's camp, got into a physical altercation with King Louie's camp, resulting in GBE Ballout being punched, with his chain hitting the ground, ultimately being picked up by a fan in the ensuing chaos. Following the show, Chief Keef would be arrested for doing 110 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone.
110? Yeah. That's you, okay? That's how fast you're going, 110.
Oh, that's a fast car, that's why I bought it.
Whilst his arrest video was going viral, the drama continued. The rivalry resulted in even more disrespect and animosity flooding the internet in the coming years. It must be said that Crump would claim that during the show, Lil Reese choked out Lil Durk.
So they see him, they mad because he exposed them, you feel me? So they try to get on his bumper.
What?
They try to whoop him. While they whooping him on the stage, snatch the chain off fool, off ball out neck, you feel? And then they go back there. When they go in the back, we all go in the back. Ball out, check Durk like, I heard you saying something about the chain. And then next thing you know, Reese like, what that chain that on BD jump over there and choke him for? I'm like, damn, choke a book out of him, folks. Nigga, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you?
He then released a video of himself speaking to Reese, who can be heard talking bad about Lil Durk's cousin, OTF Nunu. OTF Nunu was an up-and-coming artist, somebody who was really new to the scene. Tragically, his career was short-lived. Lil Durk's cousin would be killed in 2014, having just been about to really progress in the music game. Crump would take to Twitter to ruthlessly mock the aspiring artist's death, with his tweets only continuing as the murder went unsolved, with the months turning into years. Later on, Crump mentioned the fact that OTF Nunu or Newski had tweeted that he wanted to kill him. This contributed to Crump mocking him. A meet and greet for the rapper T.I. would have King Louie's camp getting into it with Lil Durk's OTF camp. A large crowd had gathered, with Crump being seen getting punched in the face. At this meet and greet, Yarmal Williams, better known as 051 Melly, and I've done a video on him, could be seen smirking at Lil Durk. 051 Young Money are rumored to have been responsible for the murder of OTF Nunu. It shouldn't be surprising that the beef only continued between the Mubu and OTF camps, as Man Up Band Up was now hanging around with 051 Young Money. The likelihood of anything being resolved was now impossible. Crump would continue using Twitter to mock and disrespect people. Unsurprisingly, more situations further pushed Crump away from Lil Durk and OTF. The manager of Lil Durk, known as OTF Chino, would be killed whilst waiting for food. Somebody had walked up on his car, shooting him in the body and head. OTF Chino would pass away from his injuries. Yet again, 2051 Young Money was believed to have been involved. 27-year-old Louis Johnson, better known as the rapper King Louis, would be targeted by a gunman whilst sitting inside a vehicle. Shot 7 times, Louis received a gunshot wound to the left side of his head. Taken to Advocate Christ Medical Center, his condition was stabilized, with King Louis surviving the assassination attempt. The reason behind his shooting is unclear, but it is entirely possible that Melly being in his music videos made him more of a target, especially given the death of OTF Chino earlier that year. A Mubu member going by Kenny B would walk up on OTF's DJ bands in an Atlanta mall. No words were spoken, as Kenny B casually walked up on the DJ, proceeding to deliver a brutal left hand, knocking out DJ bands, his body hitting the ground. The entire video was caught on camera, with Crump taking to Twitter afterwards to call out Lil Durk. Once again, the back and forth Twitter arguments continued. Knowing that he had a ton of dirt on his enemies, Crump's name only continued to ring out on social media, as his dissing only intensified. He would begin taking music much more seriously in 2018, dropping songs like OTFK and In the Field. Having spent time behind bars, taking the legitimate route was likely going to prove beneficial for Crump, who was fully aware of the power that he possessed within our attention economy. On Twitter, Crump would diss THF, or the Trigger Happy family. Specifically, he dissed a well-known member who had died the previous year, a man called Kamari Belmont, aka THF Bobo. Kurt Mack, who had also been gunned down in 2017, was close to Crump. Mack was named in paperwork on the THF Bobo hit, and this could explain why Crump made a point to diss Bobo. 32-year-old Ronald Crump would be shot in a drive-by style shooting whilst attending a house party. Having been standing outside with another man, Crump was hit in the chest, later being pronounced deceased in the hospital. The other man, who many wrongfully believed to have been Yarmal Williams, would be hit 5 times, managing to survive the ordeal. Unfortunately, the opposition would only return the insults following his demise, laughing at the man who had been dissing them for years. Given the energy that he was putting out, it was inevitable that he'd be caught up in a shooting, losing his life to the Chicago streets. Having listened to his interviews, he was fully aware of the problems within his city. However, he continued to fuel the cycle of violence plaguing his city through his social media dissing. Instead of focusing on improving his own situation, he spent most of his time dissing people, with little concern for his own life. If you take away anything from this video, it is that you shouldn't chase the negative attention. Sure, negativity attracts attention which can get you clout or money. However, it also tends to get you killed. Focus on garnering the right attention from the right people, refusing to become entrenched in petty rivalries over stupid stuff. Rest in peace to everyone mentioned in this video. Thanks for watching.